Fourth quarter just about set to get going here from Clarence High School. And in quarter number 4, our score, Clarence 21 and Frontier 6. So for Frontier, still looking at a 15-point deficit, but they did get on the board in the third late thanks to a 22-yard scramble by Matthew Suzuki. Meanwhile, for Clarence, they did all their scoring in the first quarter with 3 touchdowns. Clarence does have the ball on this 2nd down and 7. Ball on the left hash of the Clarence 35-yard line. Red Devils down the field, left to right. They'll hand it off straight up the middle for Norton. Spins off a defender. Zigs and zags and gets stacked up and actually dragged behind the line for a loss of a couple on that play. And this will bring up 3rd down for the Red Devils. That time leading the charge to bring him down for Frontier, that was number 50, Conrad Kristen. And this will bring up a 3rd down for Clarence. For Frontier, again, getting another stop is going to be absolutely crucial here. You just got on the board. You don't want to spoil any of that momentum by giving up any points to Clarence here, especially in the 4th. White from under center. Red Devils left to right, but there was movement along the line, and I think this is going to be a false start against the Red Devils. And we'll get the call quickly down on the field. And indeed, it is a false start. So for Clarence, they're moving in the wrong direction. They now have the ball placed center of the field at their own 25-yard line, 3rd and long. White again going to work from under center. Meanwhile, 5 on the line for the Falcons. They pitch it off far wing to Norton, and nowhere for him to go. He is stacked up right at the line, and that is a nice 3 and out by that Frontier defense as they hold and now force a Clarence punt. They will be punting it away downfield left to right. McCoskey, he floats it in the air, end over end punt down the far side, and Frontier mishandled it at the 40. Ball bounces all the way back to the 30, and the Falcons take it to the far sideline across the 35 and nailed right there immediately. Good coverage downfield by the Red Devils, and the Falcons will have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Bad break there for Frontier. They were set up to have it at around the 40 because it wasn't a great punt, but when he tried to field it, it went up over his head, went backwards another 10, and now Frontier only has it at their 35, although that's still pretty good field position as they look to make a comeback. So we'll see if they can off that big defensive play. Clock stopped here, 9:38 to go here, 4th quarter, 21-6 Clarence is the score. Frontier has the football, 1st and 10. Ball down the field right to left. Suzuki from under center. 1 receiver left. The snap. They fake the give, and they'll take it right up the middle near side. Pickup of about 3 on the play. 2nd down. That time faked the give and just took it up the middle to the left side, but Clarence had that play covered. 2nd down. Suzuki again going to line up from under center. He's got 1 receiver right, 1 wide left. The snap, they hand it off up the middle, and there goes Carter across the 45. He continues to churn his feet and gets up to about the Frontier 46. That'll be a pickup of 9 on the play, and this is going to bring up 3rd down and short for the Falcons. But that is a nice run. He had the block off left tackle, took advantage, and picked up a nice chunk of 9 yards on the play. Suzuki again going to be under center. 1 receiver wide right, 5 on the line, Red Devils. The snap, they pitch it off far side. Monaco nowhere to go as he tried to turn the edge along the far sideline, but gets stood up in the backfield, well shy of the 1st down marker at around the 41 of the Falcons. So score that as a loss of about 3 on the play. Big defensive stand there by Clarence as they just rushed off the edge, and a couple of them led it the charge. That was James Brooks to make the play in the open field. Clock continues to run here inside 9 minutes to go. Regulation, our score, Clarence 21 and Frontier 6. And we have another timeout on the field. We will step aside. Back here in Clarence, a 3rd down and long for Frontier at their own 41-yard line. From the far side right to left, it's Carter making his way across the 45, continuing to drive forward up to the 47, and he'll be stopped there. That time It was a gang tackle. Almost the whole Clarence team got involved. So for Frontier, we'll see as they're getting closer to midfield. They're going to work with Suzuki under center. One receiver spread out wide to the left. That's Ring. Backs in the split eye. And one receiver right. Monaco in motion. Right to left. Suzuki going to take it himself. Zigs his way up across midfield. And that'll be a pickup of 3 or 4 on the play. And that's going to bring up third down here for the Falcons. Right to left down the field. So for the Falcons, they break the huddle. Suzuki again going to work with one receiver wide to the right. Shotgun max protect time. Snap, they fake the give. Suzuki fading back, looking, pumps pressure coming now. Rolling left, he's in trouble. Going to take off up the near side across the 45. And down he goes at the Clarence 44-yard line. That time Suzuki looking for the home run ball. Was not there. And wrapped up by the double team tackle. And that was led by number 65 for the Red Devils. That's Alex Petracchi. And Gabe Vacanti also got in there for the Red Devils. So it's going to be third down here. Ball on the left hash of the Clarence 44-yard line. Suzuki from under center goes with one receiver wide right. Clarence showing blitz. Suzuki gives it up the middle for Carter, working his way up to about the 40, and that's going to be just enough to move the sticks. First down, Frontier. First and 10 for the Falcons. Good for them. They're getting some positive momentum. They just keep making the simple play and moving those sticks, and that's very important right now. Down by 15, just trying to keep drives alive. Suzuki going to be under center. He's got one receiver wide to the left. Backs in the trip eye. The snap, the handoff right side. Big gash here across the 35. Dashing to the 30. All the way down to the Clarence 25 goes Carter. That is a pickup of 24, a first down, but now a Clarence player is down on the field. An injured player looking to see who that is for the Red Devils. Trainers taking a second, even head coach Bergio coming out to take a look. So we're going to have an injury timeout here. 8:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. 21-6 Clarence is the score. And we'll be back. Back here in Clarence High School, 8:48 to go regulation, 21-6. Clarence over Frontier. And before the break, Alex Petracchi was down on the field for the Red Devils, but he's now back up and walking off the field under his own power. So that's good to see as play will carry on here. Petracchi goes off on the sidelines. 21-6 Clarence, Frontiers football. Placed middle of the field at the Clarence 30-yard line. Right to left down the field. Suzuki under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Carter spins off a defender. Still going across the 25. And he'll grind his way up to about the Clarence 23. For Carter, that's now 10 carries on the game. Good for 68 yards. Suzuki from under center, two receivers right. Again, they'll hand it off to Carter. Far side across the 20 and gets up to the Clarence 18-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play. Clock continues to run here. We come up on inside 7 minutes ago. Fourth quarter, 21-6 Clarence. Suzuki from under center again. Backs in the split eye. One receiver right. The snap. Fakes the give. Rolling right. Looks. Fires to the end zone. Far side and could not complete it. Good coverage there in the back of the end zone. 3 Red Devils defenders were there, and it's incomplete. Suzuki has tried a couple of those back arm throws, but so far tonight just has not been able to connect on them. As this will bring up second out for the Falcons at the Clarence 18-yard line. Suzuki again going to break the huddle. Single back in the backfield and 2 receivers to his right. The snap, handoff, draw play straight up the gut, and Carter will fight his way forward across the Clarence 15, and that's going to be a pickup of about 4 on the play, and this is going to set up third down and 7 here as clock continues to run. We got 3 minutes, 17 seconds left to go, and our score, Clarence 21, Frontier 6. Meanwhile, Suzuki going to be from under center. He's got one receiver right, single tight end left. Put a man in motion. Handoff, they flip it near side across the 20, up to the 15, spins off a defender, and Gallagher gets drilled and taken down at the Clarence 11-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 3 on the play, and this will be about a 4th and 7 for Frontier here. Big moment in this game, 3 minutes left to go. Clarence still protecting a 2-touchdown lead. And there's another timeout on the field, so we will step away. 3:05 to go here. Regulation 21-6 Clarence. Back here in Clarence High School, 3:05 to go, fourth quarter, 21-6 Clarence with the lead, but Frontier knocking on the door. They have it 3rd down and 7 deep in Clarence territory. And Suzuki from under center. One receiver to the left. The snap, fake the give, throws it towards the end zone, wide open, caught, and it's a touchdown, Frontier! What a play! It was unsure for a second if he got both feet in, but the referee said yes, and that is a big touchdown for the Falcons. They're still alive with 2:58 to go here in quarter number 4. It's now Clarence 21 and Frontier 12. Great pass by Suzuki. We said earlier he's been trying this all game, and this time he connected on it. And again, our score now 21-12 as Frontier going to go for 2 to try to make it a 1-touchdown game. Suzuki from under center, one receiver right, the snap, and they hand it right side of Carter. Nowhere to go. He is stuck up at the line immediately, and so the 2-point conversion fails. So it remains 21-12 Clarence, but still it was a big touchdown for Frontier. And we're going to have a very interesting last couple of minutes here. Again, the score, Clarence 21 and Frontier 12. Great defensive play on that 2-point conversion by Julius Perry for Clarence. And meanwhile, now we have an injured Frontier player down on the field. So we're going to have another injury timeout. Once again, we'll step aside. Back here at Clarence High School as we have 2:58 to go. Fourth quarter, our score 21-12. Clarence over Frontier. And so the injured Falcons player was able to get up and walk off the field under his own power, so that's good news. Meanwhile, Frontier about to attempt an onside kick, and they kick it towards the far sideline. And what a play by Clarence to scoop that one up, soaring high into the air. I believe that was Perry. He comes down with it for the Red Devils, and that's a big play on special teams. Clarence up by 9, now has the football in Frontier territory. Boy, Perry really has had a big game for Clarence. He's had a couple of forced fumbles. He had to go way airborne to get that one. Almost shades of Micah Hyde against the Dolphins a couple of years ago for the Bills. I mean, that was a great play by Perry to come down with it. And now Clarence has the ball. White from under center. He'll play it straight up the middle on the draw. Finding his way forward is Norton as he'll pick up about 3. At this point, the Red Devils mainly looking to just take some time off that clock with less than 3 minutes to play and still a 2-score lead, up by 9. This has been a really entertaining football game so far this afternoon. Props to both sides. For Clarence, they get off to that great 21-0 start in the first quarter, but they haven't scored since. Frontier has really settled down. They've done all the scoring here in the second half. They scored a touchdown in the third, but missed an extra point. And then another touchdown and a failed 2-point conversion here in the fourth. And that's where we stand right now. Clarence 21, Frontier 12. From left to right, White snaps it right up the middle for Norton. Red Devils fight their way forward for a pickup of about 2. Left to right down the field. And this will bring up about a 3rd and 5 for the Red Devils. Meanwhile, that precious clock continues to bleed. Trying to make Frontier burn some timeouts or at least take some time off the game clock. But both teams have really played it all out on the field here tonight. Both teams playing very hard, and this has been a heck of a game. Clarence 21, Frontier 12. Red Devils trying to get this victory to improve to 2-1 on the season, as it is White who's going to work from under center. Empty backfield again. They'll just give it off far side here to Norton, and really no running room whatsoever. Pickup of 1 at the most on the play, and this will bring up 4th and short for Clarence. And since you already have it in Frontier territory and a 2-score lead, if you're Coach Bergio, do you consider maybe going for it here? Getting a first down pretty much ends the game. We'll see what the Red Devils elect to do here. If you're just tuning in, John Karuba taking you through this one. Quick recap, Clarence up 21-0. They score all 3 of their touchdowns in the first quarter. Both teams did not score in the second. And then here in the second half, Frontier with the touchdown in the third and fourth quarter. And with 19 seconds left to go in the game, it's Clarence 21 and Frontier 12 on a 4th and 7 from the Frontier 46. We'll see if Clarence tries to just put the game away. For sure, if you get a first down, the game is over with 19 seconds left. Both teams talking things over for Frontier. After this game, they continue out on the road. Meanwhile, for Clarence, they continue this homestand as they'll have a date with Lancaster, and that's going to be a huge game in the Section 6 standings. As Clarence breaks the huddle, we're just about set to get the action back underway. 19 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Clarence 21 and Frontier 12. And it looks like Clarence has decided not to go for it here, so they're going to just punt it away. The hope is that they pin Frontier so deep in their own territory with only 19 seconds left and up by 2 scores. McCoskey from left to right. He'll punt it in the air, and this is a booming kick. End over end. Ball drops at the 20, back to the 15. Friendly roll. It's trickling, and it's going to be downed inside the 10 and around the Frontier 7. And that is nicely done by McCoskey. And for Frontier, with 12 seconds remaining on the game clock, they're going to have to go all the way down the field. They're going to have to drive this 88 yards. That was a really nice, well-done punt. As Clarence has a 21-12 edge, and the Falcons coming out to the field on offense from right to left. Again, our score, it's 21-12. So Frontier would have to score, get an onside kick, and then score again. So a pretty looking insurmountable comeback here for the Falcons, but there's still time remaining, 12 seconds left, and Clarence up by 9. Suzuki going to work from under center. But they're not even going to attempt it. Suzuki just going to kneel it down, and that's going to finish this one up with inside 8 seconds left. The clock is going to run out, and there is your football game here tonight. Your final score, Clarence getting the big win, 21-12 for Frontier. That's their first defeat on the season. They dropped to 2-1, while Clarence conversely improves to 2-1. For Clarence, they had a couple of big players in this game, and especially Colin Hand. He had that 45-yard pick six that really set the tone in this game. He's one of the players. And Julius Perry, you can't say enough. He set up a fumble recovery to set up one Clarence touchdown and ultimately secured with the onside, and then a couple of touchdowns from Zach Norton as well. So overall, just a great win by Coach Bergio and the Red Devils. So that's going to wrap it up from here. Your final score here tonight from Clarence High School, Clarence Red Devils 21 and Frontier Falcons 12. Thanks so much for tuning into this Section 6 game. I'm John Karuba, and thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. Have a great night, everybody.